Hello everyone, welcome back to another grave stream. Today we're continuing our Balrond Amazing Nature playthrough, aka B.A.N. That's why our character's named B.A.N. Because I'm silly like that. Yeah, so today we're going to be doing a little bit of farming, a little bit of roaming the plains. If I'm remembering correctly what we're supposed to be doing. Blip. Said it before, I'll probably say it again. I'm both ready for the new mini update and partially not ready for the new mini update. Okay, so last stream we beat Motor, started checking out some of the new stuff like the Motor's bow. We were looking a little bit in some of our recipes, what else we can do with our dragon tears, started getting ourselves set up. One thing we didn't make, I think, was the oven. Are we completely out of hardwood? Like, completely? I guess so. I don't know what we did with all of it, to be honest, but that's okay. It's part of the reason why we're doing some farm things. Let's see, trophies, mints and water buckets should go out here, somewhere. I think we originally had our water buckets in here and we used them. Cultivator needs to go back outside. That being said, we're gonna be using it, so there's that. Oh, right. Necktails. Woo! Do-do-do-do-do. Oh, that was weird. I'm not sure why those were in different stacks like that. Probably we ended up using some of them for like a recipe or something, and because it always pulls from like the front. Kinda means like we should theoretically stack things differently, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so let's start off with finally harvesting our oak grove for the first time ever. You know, I also said a long time ago that I was gonna finish the chimney, and I never did. Whoops. We'll probably get around to it eventually. Probably. Yeah, the smoke just kind of like empties out like up here into the house. Technically. I'm not sure exactly how this is gonna go, to be honest, but it'll be interesting. I also forgot that our helmet from the back kind of looks like the Batman cowl. Batman. It is still raining. Alright then. Okay, something about these fermenters is really messed up. I wonder if they're just like too close to each other or something. So I'm gonna try to wedge this one a little bit further over if I can. Something like that. Maybe that'll help. Really don't know exactly what's wrong with them, but what can you do, right? We don't have another mead to start off with yet, so let's just go ahead and make something. You know, I'm kind of curious. I'm gonna make one of these swimming meads and or a batch of swimming mead, and We have minus 60% stam usage for swimming from our set. It's like 20 from like the legs, 20 from the chest piece, 10 from the head piece, and then an extra 10 from the set itself. So I'm wondering if we, you know, of course, as soon as I step outside and get wet, it stops raining. But yeah, I'm very curious as to whether or not, we lost an onion here somehow, apparently. But yeah, I do really wonder if somehow, some way, or not somehow, some way, but if we drink that that tonic, right, and it gives us another minus 50% stamina usage while swimming, that's minus 110 stamina usage while swimming. Theoretically, if they all stack properly and whatnot. There's a piggy in here. Sucks to be the piggy, I guess. You know, I think that something else spawned up here too at some point, like a Great Orc Brood or something. So I might have to move this fence in a little bit to try to stop spawns from in here. Or maybe I can put like a workbench in this little section there, something like that. Maybe even just like up here. Yeah, whatever. If the piggy lives, the piggy lives. As long as it's not down in here, you know, bothering trees, I don't care. It's just gonna yell at us a lot. What can you do, right? Piggy gonna pig. Acorns! It's beautiful. Ah, come on. Now something is angry and hitting our fence. Stop it. Getting a little bit of frame lag here. Give me just 1 second, everybody. Closing a few of my internet browser tabs. Alright, hopefully that'll help a little bit. And I don't have a workbench to be able to repair this. But there's some stones right here. Flip, flip, flip. Of course, it needs the construction bench. I don't. It's here somewhere. There. No, that's the Fletcher table. There it is. Yeah, we don't have the mats for that. Alright, well, I guess I want to run in here anyways, get a little bit of a snacky snack. Just so we're not using all of our good food. We're just working around the house, you know? So, this is our portable construction bench. Probably be a good idea to try to like link up that fence to this fence and spawn proof the area. Eventually I do want to get a fence around like the whole area that we're going to be working with, but okay, I think I'm going to have to kill the piggy, guys. It's starting to bother me. Okay, so I can put a workbench up there, so that'll be good. There we go. Although, That means that this area is probably going to get attacked quite frequently, because enemies like to try to break workbenches and stuff. Where's that little divot? Okay, nice. We can put the workbench in there. So that'll help kind of spawn-proof the area a little bit. Sorry, Piggy. Had to be done. You were too loud. Too hard. The oaks are too hard to break themselves? That's wild. Absolutely wild that the tree can't break itself. Or can't break another one, I guess. That will make this job a little bit harder. Because it's always nice when the trees, you know, fall into each other and deal damage and help break themselves, but yeah, that's not going to be a thing that we can rely on here, unfortunately. That's okay, though. We'll live. Well, you know what? We also... I'm gonna go back in depot real quick, because we need to start making more coal as well. That's actually really important here. Because we're going to use a lot of coal converting our black metal scraps into actual black metal. Blam blam. So we do that. We have no coal in here. Might need to chop down a few normal trees as well. But let's grab this, that, and the other. That's at the ironworks, right? No, it's the artisan table. Need like 5 more coal so we can do that batch of 5. And I think that with that, we might be able to get like the black metal axe, and that might make this process a little bit faster. Also, do we need... Okay, cool. We don't actually need, we don't need the fertilizer, whatever it's called, to plant more oak trees. All we need is the acorns. Okay, so then the black metal axe. Where are you, black metal axe? There you are. We need some more linen thread. Right, okay, yeah, we need to go set up our plains farm sooner rather than later, too. So that'll be the next thing that we do, right after we finish chopping down our trees. There's so much stuff. And we needed hardwood for something. What did we need hardwood for? I already don't remember. The oven. That's what it was. It's for the oven. Beautiful. We have an oven. I guess this is where I'm storing consumables. Very well then. Some of the stuff goes outside, and then we have some meat scraps. So many different things to do. Get a little lost in the sauce sometimes. These are in stage 2. Okay. Good, good, good. Onions are growing. I should have gotten a snack while I was in there. Whoops. Well, at least we have rested buff. So, we don't really need a huge stamina bar. It's only like, what, 4 more trees to drop down anyways. It would be nice to get at least, probably like 3 more acorns so we can replant like 5 trees. I think that would be good. Probably could just come jump on top of this and then secondary attack. Yeah, that works. A little cleaner for hitting multiple pieces at the same time. The fact that these don't hurt other oak trees, though, does make the pit a little bit less worth it, unfortunately. But what can you do, right? I had no idea. It makes me wonder, because, like, the birch trees, I think, were a little different, too. Had slightly different, like, durability for, like, I'm not sure if that's the right word, but, you know, you had to have different tools in order to chop them down, I think, than usual. This log didn't want to cooperate, so whatever. Okay, nice. I didn't notice that we did get a few more acorns, so now we're at 5. I would really like to be able to replant all of the trees, so it'd be good getting more acorns from here, but replanting 5 ain't bad. Looks like we're replanting 5. And hoping for better drop rates on the next grove. I guess there's that oak tree up there too that we could chop down. Maybe we'll get some acorns from that. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll go chop down that oak tree before we commit to replanting. I want to replant everything at the same time. It gets really wonky when you have trees at different like growth stages. Because they can grow up and then block the sky from the other ones that are still growing. And we're looking pretty good on weight, so should be totally fine. Bacon, why are you walking over here? Walk the other way. Yeah, there you go. No, don't come back. Are you trying to fight? You trying to catch these hands? Yeah, that's what I thought. No acorns. R.I.P. Rip in pepperonis. Meanwhile, the oak goes on a rampage and starts breaking down the rest of the forest. think I said the way I wanted to do it was we'll probably do our plains farm near our Yag portal. Probably a good idea to not have it too close to Yag though, so because we don't want it getting damaged during our fight. Huh, I did get an acorn, apparently, from somewhere, because we had 6 instead of just the 5 that I saw when we first double checked. I guess maybe it might have snapped into my inventory when I first cut down one of the trees. And I just didn't notice it. Oh. That hog is apparently taming. I don't know why. We have 70 normal wood, so that should be fine. That needs to go outside. Let's go ahead and repair the junk. Let me. That was weird. I'm seeing like a feather animation, but like apparently the birds are hungry. We don't really need the feathers right now though, so you know what, if we're gonna go set up the plains farm anyways, let's just take that with us so I don't forget. And do we need soil for flax and barley? No. Okay, good. I'm like, oh, this needs to go outside. Let's just completely ignore it and not put it outside. Well slept. Okay, so the next order of business should be the plains farm, and I'm not quite sure how the heck we're gonna wall that off, but I know that the big stake wall looks really cool, but I don't think that it's actually cheaper to make than just spamming normal stake walls. And that's probably a better idea in the plains than a lot of other things, so. Not confident putting these long, sharp stakes out. I wonder what these hanging knots are for. Or if they're just like... Oh, they have like rune? This one has runes on it. That looks cool. I think it's just a decoration. But it does look pretty cool. Jute thread. Oh, does that mean that we can put jute into the spinning wheel? I do remember. I did look at some of the. I looked at some of the mod stuff this weekend because I was looking to see if we were like missing anything. We weren't. I don't think that we are. Okay, no, it's something else. So I know that we can spin something into the jute thread, and then we can spin that, or we can use that to craft red jute or blue jute, which is really cool. But I don't remember what that material is. So let's look at the jute thread. Yeah, so that's the level 5 artisan tables, how we craft those. Oh, Haldor sells it. Okay. Yeah, there's a few new things that Haldor sells after some of the bosses are defeated. And you know what? We did beat Motor, so let's go pay Haldor a visit real quick. After we refill our charcoal kiln. And I guess just in case we are gonna buy anything, let's take a stack of money. Oh, you know what? We can sell some stuff too while we're there. You know what? I'll keep some of those. Because I know that we use the rubies for... There's a few like recipes that we can use rubies for, but probably not going to really use them for anything. Take like half the silver necklaces too. I don't know if we'll actually use them or not. Okay, so quick trip to Haldor's. And then we'll go set up our plains farm. Even though I should probably do this in the reverse order, but it's while I'm thinking about it, right? And this will take just a couple of seconds to double check his inventory. Oh, there we go, jute thread. Okay, so we just buy jute thread. Cheese block. 77 health, 44 stamina, that's crazy. New item, cheese block. New build piece, cheese block. Alright then. Those cheese stats are pretty insane though. It's a little pricey. Like, we don't have infinite money, right? Alright, where's this cheese block building piece? Is it in furniture? Not seeing it. Me looking for this build piece is gonna take longer than the trip to Haldor's. It already has, right? Yeah, I wonder where it is. Oh, you know what? I'm silly. It's probably in the serving tray, which we don't have another one of. Where did we craft that before? You know, one of the tables you can craft the... I don't think it's the prep table, because I think that we needed the serving tray for the prep table. Bag of spices, that's new. Craft vegetable puree. Where do we craft that? Here. 33 health, 17 stamina. That seems really bad. I wonder if it crafts into something else. I'm not gonna craft it unless we can figure that out though. Puree. Nope. Okay, craft it at the forge. Alright, so the puree's not worth. So those bags of spices are questionable at best. not particularly happy that we crafted that, honestly, but whatever. It's my own fault. Need a water jug and a trait and a clay pot for that. Eh. Okay, that's just too much effort at this point, right? Great. Okay, so threads we're putting over here. Artisan table. We're out of range of the black metal from outside, even though it's right here. Don't really know how that happened, but whatever. Stack 05. Yeah, I was gonna refill that. Don't worry, Plains Farm. You're happening eventually. Eventually. Okay, so stake wall needs a construction bench. That's kind of annoying, but we should already have a work. Do we have a workbench there? I'm not sure if we have a workbench there or not. Oh boy. Okay, well, we do have the mats for a construction bench, so I guess it's fine. And we'll take workbench mats just in case. And an extra stack and a half of wood. I think the main reason that I want to do this instead of like the other build pieces that we have at home is because I don't want enemies to be able to see us while we're doing our farming stuff, right? Yeah, we're really close, aren't we? I want to do it on this side, but then we have to deal with the... We have to deal with growth respawning unless we spawn-proof that area. Might be better. It might be in our best interest to spawn-proof this area, anyways. Realistically, growth's gonna be a little annoying. It'd be really nice to drain this area of tar too. I don't know if we're gonna be able to. We have a lot of terraforming and stuff to do. Okay, so if I connect this little passageway over here, will that at least drain some of the tar? Looks like it will. So then maybe if I make a big enough channel here, starting from over here. More needle arrows for us. Trained pretty well. All things considered. A little fox. Figured if it was gonna attack me, I was gonna have to murk it anyways. Might as well get the mats, right? Alright, so for the most part, this area's pretty drained. So what I want to do is set up the workbench probably like somewhere around here where its radius is covering that area. And that'll be like the edge of our farm, and hopefully we won't be close enough where tar is going to interfere with our farming. I mean, maybe we just don't go near that area, if that makes sense. Like, our farm doesn't have to be enormous, but yeah, like, this is already a really big plot, isn't it? Oh, we don't actually have a workbench up here. Okay. And the workbench doesn't quite reach, does it? Alright, that's good enough though. Probably gonna need to farm some more wood at some points. I think what we'll do is just kind of close in around the workbenches and like around these cloudberries, but we won't really plant further than like over here, or we'll just kind of like loop it around or something, I guess. Slightly weird terrain we're working with, but whatever. Whatever. And we should probably also give ourselves a way out. Probably a good idea. Outside of just jumping, I guess. That lane's look pretty good. Like a little slight gap there, but it's probably not big enough to worry about. Okay then. Probably would have been a good idea to bring the flax and barley with me, huh? Typical. I'm always forgetting something, right? I guess we need nails. Yeah, alright. So we'll put that back for right now. We'll get some nails, get our flax and barley, depot the rest of our junk, and then we can start planting. Lots and lots of thunder and rain. I might be getting a thunderstorm here where in real life where I live too, pretty soon. I'm not sure if the clouds were being pushed like away from us or towards us, but definitely looked like a thunderstorm was rolling in. Where did I put this bag of spices? Maybe just in here. That seems like kind of appropriate. Okay, flax and barley. Let's go outside. Alright. I gotta make sure I'm like fully upgrading all of our stations too. I keep kind of like slacking on that because like a lot of recipes in vanilla aren't like locked behind certain. Most aren't locked behind like certain upgrade levels, but there's a few that are. But yeah, normally it's just like, oh, station level 2 is kind of like where you need to be. Oh, there it is. There's the cheese block. Literally just like 3 giant blocks of cheese. Nobody says you can't build with cheese. That's silly. Also, it's funny that it only requires 2, but there's definitely 3 there. Sus. Hey look, we can make a black metal stack. Not going to, but we could. Let's see here. Black metal cultivator, a better version of the cultivator. Is it really? They have more durability, more movement speed. Oh, you know what? I think I read something too where if you have the upgraded stuff like this, apparently it costs less materials to craft things. I don't know. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make them. Cultivator. They're pretty cheap on the black metal, and like we have lots of the other materials as well, so I don't feel that bad about doing this. But yeah, so let's give that a try. Let's see what does it take to upgrade these? Not too much. It's a lot of durability. Like the black metal cultivator goes from like 300 durability to 550, so it's like an extra 250 durability. It's quite a bit, actually. Do we have any ironworks upgrades? Here's the ironworks. We have the crucible, practice dummy, heavy tool rack, and the great anvil. I think that we have a bunch more stuff to make dark steel with too. I think that we were a little light on it before. Yeah, we needed more iron and stuff. Still kind of do, but... And we needed more nickel. We'll probably have to go get some more of that at some point. Okay, so we already have this piece. That's the heavy tool rack. So the practice dummy. Just need a little bit of brass, which we should be able to make quite a bit of, I think. Hey, Kina. Ooh, we can make the lantern now. That's fun. A little random too. We got that a lot earlier than you normally would. Do I hear a run where you only use things you craft? I mean, I feel like that's the normal runs anyways, to be honest, but... like, most of the stuff that we use, we craft. You don't really find/buy a lot of things. Honestly, it'd be a lot harder doing a run where you only use stuff that you dropped from something, but... workbench looks like it's the same recipe cost. I don't know. Maybe I misunderstood what I was reading. Kinda seems that way. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just that they have more durability. Shrug. Oh, out the old, in with the new. Weapons included. Yeah, you don't normally like drop weapons. You normally have to craft all of your weapons. If we were gonna do something like drops only, you'd have to use like a mod like Epic Loot or something though to like have extended drop tables. We need cabbage leaves. Always need more cabbage leaves. Suspicious meatballs. You don't question the meat, just eat it. We really need to find out what these dark bulls are though. Gotta figure out where we found those so we can get more of them. Okay. Getting distracted as per usual. Oh, right. We also have to go do, we gotta go do the Howling Cavern, eventually. So that way we can get the other, Hilder chest. Part of me really wants to put like a door in like over here or something and then just like build a fence around this area so that we can go in and out without having to go all the way around and outside of the house. Something convenience. But yeah, I guess thinking about it, I forgot wooden nails. Of course I did. And to bring more wood. But yeah, there's not really many weapons that you can find in game in vanilla, like, or buy from the traders even. Like, you basically have to craft everything. You can get like torches, but they're non-repairable, which sucks. There's the sword in the Ashlands. Wait, no, you craft that too, right? Because you find all the pieces and then you craft all the pieces together. Yeah, I think that the thing that I had in mind that I thought could have been kind of interesting was to do something along the lines of like you try to do like really low drop rates. You can't repair anything, and so you just use whatever you find. And so it's kind of just like, oh, okay, cool, I found this really good weapon. Okay, cool. Like, if I use it and it breaks, I can't repair it or anything, and I just have to throw it away, so... Yeah, that was the thought behind it. I don't know if I'll ever get around to doing something like that, though. I don't know, because, like, I'd have to spend a lot more time kind of coming up with the rule set, air quotes, rule set. Oh, it could be cool though, but it might also be not that cool. Like it might be one of those things that like it sounds a little bit better than it actually is, or like sounds harder / cooler than it actually is. But I don't know. Suppose that we'll see eventually, maybe. Okay. So the Plains Farm has been established. I think maybe next step would be doing the Howling Cavern, getting Hilder's chest, and that should allow us to buy the farming set, which could be helpful. I guess it would have been better to do that before this harvest, huh? Because all the extra farming would have given us more % chance of getting extra onions. Oh. Also, I was kind of looking into some other stuff too, and it looks like they're like one of the drops from Motor combines with a bunch of others, like combines with some of the other boss drops. It was like a soul something from what I remember. Yeah, so we have this dragon soul core, which is made from dragon tear, hard antler, soul core, and corrupted ether. The soul core drops off of bone mass. The hard antler drops off of derp, ichthir, right? And so then the dragon's soul core crafts into this soul carved carcass. Although I thought it also crafted into some other stuff, but maybe not. Oh, right, the runic ring blade, the thing that I want to make at the like end game. But I guess it doesn't really matter until we actually get to the end game in Fodder. But we are gonna have to. We are gonna have to. Well, I guess it depends, right? Because I have 4 more dragon tears still. I kind of wanted to make the scepter. There's this infused majestic carapace. I don't know what this is for, but we might need it for that. We also need dragon tears, I guess, for refined aether. Yeah, we have to like craft the refined aether now. Oh gosh, and then there's an enriched ether too. Oh. The Megging Yard actually has a recipe to get upgraded to the Belt of Vidar. That's so much better. Needs a lot of stuff though, including a bunch of refined aether. Amethyst steel? Aether candy? Probably won't be using that. Yeah, like refined aether is like really expensive now. Oh yeah, and you can plant. That's cool. So you can plant icky trees. They're a little pricey though, but it's cool that you can plant them. Yeah, I don't see any other recipes for making refined aether, so I think the... Oh. Okay, never mind. I remember reading something where it's like you had to use the corrupted aether to make refined aether now. I guess that's just an alternate for other refined aether. Okay, so it's not that bad. Oh, doggos be barking. Alright, let me mute up real quick while they're doing that. Alright, sounds like they're done for now. Okay, so we have quite a bit of garlic from what I remember. We're actually doing pretty well on mushrooms from what I recall as well. We're doing pretty good on turnips. We haven't really been using them so much, to be honest. Maybe we can replant some cabbages. Keep our supply going so that we can keep up with our cabbage leaves, right? Since we've been using them for our fish traps. And I think that we have a good amount of everything else that we can plant too. Like we have a pretty good amount of apples. I'm not really too worried about replanting apple trees, but I don't know. We haven't really been using a lot of carrots and turnips and stuff, so this is probably fine. I don't think we need the garlic. Not 100% sure what though, like how much garlic we actually have. Yeah, I mean we have over 100, so guess I'm not too worried about it. We have over 100 cabbage. Barely over 100 cabbage, but still good. And like a couple stacks of apples. Over 2.5 stacks of carrots. Yeah, I think that we're doing pretty well. for the most part. Oh, I guess I was storing extra thistle in there. Oh, we have a lot more onions than I thought too. That's good. So yeah, we just need to figure out where these dark wool came from. I don't think that VNEI tells us that. Yeah, it doesn't really tell us much. Okay, so this is 3461. Yeah, the suspicious meatballs are much better than the mushroom soup, but we don't have dark wool and we don't have that much red kelp either. I really don't remember where I found those. Like, I imagine it's probably the swamp, but I don't know for sure. And the bow seems to be working pretty well, so we're gonna put the huntsman bow away for right now. Could make a bunch of poison arrows. I think we'll just stick with our needle arrows for right now. Although we're running a little low on the needles. It's okay though. Plenty of stuff for frost arrows though. We definitely need some more normal wood. So I think we should go on a little bit of a wood hunt here. Get probably like a couple more stacks or something. So for now, let's go ahead and eat up some of these older recipes that we made. Free up a little bit of space. Oh, I also learned when rereading the Balrond Amazing Nature, like, cliff notes, as I suppose we could call them. So yeah, you don't really need to sleep as long as you get your rested buff. It's when your rested buff wears out that you get the awake buff, and when that runs out, you get the tired buff, or debuff, I guess. And when you have the tired debuff, then that's when things are bad. So because we're always constantly re-upping our rested buff, like, we don't really get, like, you know, the negative effects of stuff. So I've been kind of worrying about it for nothing. I had read about it before, I just hadn't realized, like, I didn't process, like, the whole thing, right? Where it's like, oh yeah, as long as you're, like, getting a rested buff, then it doesn't really matter. Not sure what the most, like, efficient way to get wood here is, but it's gonna chop down a bunch of, like, the small beech trees, I guess. Probably some of these random logs, and just because they're really easy to break. I mean, like, honestly, I could probably just run through here with the dagger and break a bunch of these things. That could theoretically just be the fastest way to gather wood. Sounds like real life. The rested thing or the chopping down small trees for wood? You know, also apparently there's another wood that I don't think we've gotten yet. I think there's Apparently there's softwood. I'm not sure where to get that. Well. I mean, we get so many pieces of wood from these small beech trees, so I don't know. We're already almost to like 2 stacks. We just have to go a lot further. But I didn't want to chop down all the trees like right next to the house anyways, so. Rested? Yeah, I suppose so. Huh. I don't see a soft wood here, so maybe that's an older thing. Maybe it just didn't get updated in the patch notes or something. Maybe it got turned into something else like the carved wood or something along those lines. No, I don't think there is, Kina. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. maybe the the page hasn't been updated in a little bit. Could also be like why I read some of the stuff about like cheaper materials or whatever, and then that's not actually the case. So maybe it was a thing of the past, or maybe it's a thing planned for the future. Unsure. You know, it would be really funny if they had made an item called Morning Wood, but it was like mourning as in like, oh, I'm like sad, you know, like I, you know, MOURNING, mourning. That would have been pretty great. Hashtag missed opportunity. Especially because there's willows, right? Like willows are like trees that are kind of associated with like being sad or something because they look like emo trees. The Ashlands would have been good for that, or honestly even like the Deep North. Deep North is, you know, like a frozen area. Okay, well, that did not take very long to get to like 30 stacks, so I think this was definitely the play. Boom, there we go. Alright, let's head home. Alright, I guess we'll do something like that. That kind of works. Seeds go outside. The needs are all but done. Still kind of early in the day though. I think that we can probably just go straight to the cave. I mean, all we're going, like, we're basically just going in there and fighting the boss and then coming back out, so should be okay. So that's at Motors Mountain. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if those like overall cliff notes were a little out of date actually, now that I'm thinking about it, cuz like I double checked too, it like there's it tells you about like what about the bosses changed, and it says that Motor didn't have any changes, but guarantee you that all of those drakes spawning and the storm drakes were definitely part of that Motor fight, and those are definitely not vanilla. And there's the boss. Might be a bit of a slow fight. I actually am kind of regretting not using my bow set here, because that probably would have helped our draw speed and would speed up this fight considerably. If you can call it a fight, I guess. It was very nice of the boss to be spawned like right there at the entrance though. Hello, bat. Well, we draw almost as fast as the boss does that like 3-hit combo. Hey, who said you could move? Seemingly we have pissed off more bats. was weird. I could have thought, I genuinely thought that I saw, like, bat shadow, like, behind me. Or coming from behind me. Maybe it's like, maybe it was the cape acting up or something. Alright, well, a boss fight. I guess mini boss fight, but mini boss fight, pretty easy. Might as well collect all these crystals while I'm here. I'm not sure if there's going to be much else in here, but might as well check for cultists and cultist areas, right? And be besieged by bats the entire time. At least we one-shot them now. We do still need a cultist trophy after all. Bat's cheating. They're like going slightly above my attack range. I guess that's the one problem with knives, is they have a pretty small hitbox. I felt like it was necessary. The bats were being obnoxious and flying slightly too far up for the knives, so... I mean, that's actually probably harder than you might think, because ants are really, really tiny, right? So, like, the amount of accuracy you would need to hit a target that small. What the what? Why are my arrows going right through the orb? It was like 2 arrows that just went straight through it. Three. I don't think so. The knife wasn't working, so the AoE damage seemed necessary. Not only that, but like, it's not like I one-shot them. Like, I had to two-shot them. So I definitely don't think it was overkill. Ah, there's the thing. Didn't do as much damage as I was initially thinking they might be doing, so... One-star wolves aren't that bad still. Or at least not with where our armor is sitting anyways. Not really any cultists in here though, so... Doesn't really help our situation as far as trying to find a cultist trophy. That being said, I mean, sometimes maybe you just need to bazooka an ant. You ever seen Grounded? I'm not even sure if there is a bazooka in Grounded. TBH. That is what they say. Hey, there we go. Got an iron from that door. Iron height. Oh, we've actually gotten a few. I didn't even realize. We have all these braziers so we can break for bronze, potentially. Also coal. You know what? The coal is actually helpful. I'll take it. That being said, I think this place is clear at this point. I think we've been everywhere already. Take this fine wood too. Another couple bars of iron. Heck yes. In before I get jump scared by like an wolf like around like a corner that I wasn't aware of. Would not be surprised. Alright. I think I'm good on the crystals though. I think I said before too, like if we ever need crystals, then what we'll do is we'll run back through like the other mountain where we have like a bunch of frost caves. And we left like a bunch of crystals in there, so can always go back and get them later. Okay, stand corrected. We have not been everywhere as of yet. Not so much jump scared, but that was an wolf around a corner that I wasn't prepared for. Kinda called it. I thought this rock right here was an wolf, and I was like, oh no. Just like jumping right towards it. Darn Berts. Huh, Tetra. No room in inventory. Can't be having that. Alright, well. I'm not gonna sit here and fish all day, but figure I can probably get a couple of these little goobers. Oh, it's a sizable tetra. I think those are pretty rare. I missed like all the other shots. Alright, well, that's okay. The tetra were kind of broken anyways, so we're not gonna sit here and collect all of them. Okay, yeah, so this is where it goes across. So we've already kind of been here. So I think that we're done. And if not, well, whatever. We got the main thing that we came for, right? Oh, it's also the middle of the night. Good thing our portal is like right here though, so we don't actually have to worry too much about too much. Apparently we have to worry about a little bit. I hear another wolf. It's a skelly. Alright, let's get out of here before something really bad shows up. Skellies. Always with the skellies. There's no more room for our bat mats. Oy vey. Well, it doesn't sound like any of our stuff is getting beat up on at the moment, so I'm just gonna head to sleep. Yeah, just get rid of the night mobs that way. Alright, so let's start off with grabbing some cash. And we'll go turn in Hilder's chest and check her inventory. Should probably also go check the Bogwitch inventory too. I'm not sure if there's like something extra there after we beat Motor. And we've already checked, you know, 2 of the other 3, so, you know. Pop, 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 pop. Alright, what you got for me? Got the harvest stuff. I think that was already there, though. Got the straw hat. Realistically. Oh, right, it's just the straw hat, and then these are both chest pieces. I always forget. We're just gonna get the harvest dress. Some iron pits. Yeah, we hadn't bought any of those before, so bought them now. Okay, these are all just like chest and headpieces, aren't they? I didn't really realize that before. Kinda seems that way though. Wait, what do we have to sell? I'm not sure what we can sell, but I'm guessing it's probably either the iron pits or like refunding some of the stuff we bought from her. Because we don't have any valuables. And I don't really want to sell any of that stuff. Especially if it's gonna be, you know, like, give us like only a percentage of what we spent on it. So, it'd be kind of cool if you could just like resell your clothing to her if you bought like extra or something, but we didn't do that, so we're not gonna worry about it. So as far as the harvest set is concerned, I want to get an armor stand and put that on there. Right, so the peg, always gotta remember, the peg is the back. And you can see like the little red arrows here, right, pointing forward, so this is facing forward. I would put this just like outside, but I guess it makes a lot of sense to just kind of have it inside here. And then when we're ready, we'll nab it off of here. Also, want to make iron pit fires. Probably a couple of them somewhere. We'll grab like half this stack of wood because we might need to fuel them too. Not sure where the best places for them are, but I don't know. Maybe we can just kind of do them over here by the window. Oh, nice. We don't need to fuel them at all. Okay. So yeah, we'll just do like a couple in like the corners here. And I do believe that that item stand is probably, or that armor stand was something that we hadn't made before, and it should be in range now. So our comfort, I think, was capped out at 16 before, now it's at 17. So it actually serves a purpose outside of just having a place, you know, to easily access our farming clothes. Okay. So, the next order of business then is roaming around the plains and trying to find some totems so that we can summon Yag. So I guess the best place to start is probably just out here and explore more of these plains. And that'll kind of help us in a couple of different ways as well. Oh, wait. Sorry. Let's go check the Bogwitch inventory first before I forget again. But yeah, like that'll also double as restocking. Trying to, if we find a mosquito nest, I might actually like sit there and just farm a few mosquitoes because we could use the needles. Hello, Bugwitch. Yeah, scythe handle, so we can craft the scythe now. That'll probably be a little bit helpful for farming our barley and wheat. Don't remember if we bought pungent pebbles or not, but I kind of feel like we did. Sure, we didn't buy this mountain peak pepper powder, but realistically, I'm not planning on putting any feasts down. I don't know, maybe putting down like one feast would actually be helpful. Or maybe a couple, for those times where we're just roaming around the house, right? But I still have so much other food that we need to go through, so... It's kind of like, we did buy pungent pebbles, so it's a good thing we didn't buy more. Alright, is the scythe at the... Yep. I wasn't sure if it was at the forge still, or if it was going to be at, like, the ironworks. What do you mean the item doesn't fit there? Hacks and shenanigans. Fine, it'll go here. I guess. Also, our black metal cultivator should probably go outside, but... eh. I'm like, where am I leaving consumables? You know what? Let's see here. So minor healing. Not. These aren't really the. These aren't like the lingering ones. The lingering. The lingering meads are really, really good. Hey, Liam. How was your stream? Maybe the medium, like, healing could be good in some spots. We haven't had too tough of a time with anything, though, so... I don't know. Spam more Ratatos tonics, right? Alright. Hey, that's cool. I'm glad you had fun. I think this portal is right next to the water. I think. We're gonna go for a quick swim, and we're gonna put this swimming tonic to the test. Yeah, it's close enough to the water. Plus Bluebus. Oh, well, I guess I have to worry a lot less about the wet debuff, because I was like, man, if we go swimming, we're gonna get wet, and that's gonna suck, but... We're not even resistant to poison, and that poison was doing 0.3 damage a tick. On the roll. Everybody's trying to be my enemy. Oh my gosh, where did all these things come from, right? Alright, finally. We can go swimming. Swimming in the rain. Alright, so just to kind of see like where we stand, right? 173. Stamina actually still feels like it goes down really, really fast, even though we're like minus 60% stamina usage. Probably just because our swim stat is really, really low. But if we take this, presumably, well, it's slower, but obviously it seems like it's like multiplicative. Because theoretically we should technically have minus 110% swim stamina usage is what it says, but it's still taking stamina to swim. So that's it could have been cool. We can swim for a really long time like this, though. It is draining really, really slowly. Like, normally we would be, like, out of stamina, like, 3 times already, right? In, like, vanilla. Without any of these bonuses. Alright, so that's cool. I don't know what we'll do with that, but, I don't know. Maybe there'll be some point in time where it feels like we need to swim across a gap, or maybe it'll be easier to swim across the gap instead of sailing or something, and maybe we can just grab the tonic. Not that scary. There's some crabs out there, some sharks. But we also have a setting where we can fight in the water, so... Which is the Valheim plus, like, don't put away your weapons when you're in deep water. So, technically can actually fight in the water. That being said, I mean, sailing across certain gaps, like, you'll use stamina to, like, fight, so I guess that's a way to drain your stamina and leave yourself kind of not in a great place. Valheim is definitely not designed for water combat. Whoops, I want to keep Ratatosk's with me. Then we got a little bit of rotten meat, some seeds that need to go outside. I guess our cultivator can go out there now too, with the other cultivator. Look at these cabbages, just being all cabbagey. I don't remember, did we replanted the onions before our plains farm, right? I think that's right. Alright, we're doing much better on coal now. That being said, should continue that trend and stay good on coal. And let's also go ahead and grab like half of this. I guess theoretically the black metal scraps should go in here, right? Since we're not actually putting them out in the blah. Out in the smelter thingy. I felt like there was something that we wanted to make with the white metal as well, and I forgot. It had something to do with sapphires, right? I know the black metal knife is like our next weapon. 34 is 68. 26 is 52. Plus 12 is 64. So the black metal knife isn't really that big of a damage upgrade realistically, but it's a slight upgrade. Lox Rider stuff. Guillotine. Darksteel Tomahawk. Wondering if this is a throwable one-handed axe, considering it's called the Tomahawk. We already made our Serpent Lord sets. We made our Silver Wolf helmets. We're a little bit past the Darksteel Stabber. Yes, Liam. Is it one of these shields, maybe? Doesn't look like it. Maybe it was something here at the shaman table. Alright, cool. It's nice that we found... Oh, it was the Dragon Tear Scepter. Although we didn't... Oh, yeah, we do need white metal for this. Okay, yeah. I mean, as somebody who's not really big on caramel or hazelnut, I would probably choose mutating marshmallow out of this list based off of names alone. Resistant versus lightning for the Shaman's Crown. It's kind of cool. First aid kit. All you need to patch yourself up. 5 health, 5 stam, 5 aether, but 5 HP per tick. Is this a food? I wonder if this is a food or like something else that goes alongside food. Okay, and the Shaman's robe and legs armor. Pretty decent armor, honestly, 19 and 20. And then they have plus 40 ether regen each. There's no like Shaman set bonus though, so that's interesting. I wonder if you like craft these, if they can like craft into something else. I know of Billy and Mandy. I've never seen an episode of Billy and Mandy before. I've seen like clips and stuff, bits and pieces, but you know, this cape might still actually be good for us because we have the Serpent set, which gives us resistance versus frost, so that should cancel out the weakness to frost, I imagine, from this cape. But then we get resistance to fire, which would be good, probably. And we have no soul shards though. Unfortunate. So we need to make 2 sapphires and 5 white metal. Can we do that? mean, it's a little pricey, but we can do it. I have never claimed to be bad, so I don't know what you're going on about, honestly. I'm unsure if the gem chunks need just like one of any of these or like one of each of these. I'm not nothing. I'm gravy. Alright. Let's check this out. Because I think that this is like a one-handed club, but I'm not sure. Seems like a club. It has the club moveset. I'm gonna leave that Yogi alone. Alright, we'll take this with us into the plains and we'll test it out there. Because it should theoretically be better than like our iron mace, if it is a mace. But it doesn't require ether and it seems like a mace. I see. And I guess our cultivator isn't going outside yet. Yeah, I can't say that I've seen enough Billion Mandy to know Billion Mandy quotes, Liam. Sorry. Oh, I didn't mean to make that much bouillon. Oh well, I guess we have bouillon for days. Alright, so let's do a little sleep. Oh, that serpent banner is so cool. Oh, right, and we're at the 2-hour mark, so I need to take a little break, stretch my legs, shovel a little bit of deviled egg potato salad into my face. And then, when I come back from that, then we will go run around the plains and hopefully bap a few, Duskitos. So, give me just a couple of minutes, guys, and I'll be right back. Ah, the little chibi is so cute. Alrighty, thank you everybody for your patience. Alright. Let's go get some bread. Theoretical bread. I don't think that we have any totems as of yet. So I think we still need all 5. Stuff is growing. Look at it go. Okay, so we're gonna be heading to the north. And we're definitely gonna be on the lookout for fooling villages. I feel like I've seen like maybe 1 or 2 that were like actually in the plains, but I didn't like mark them or anything, so I think there might have been one up over this way. You know what? We should keep an eye out for iron nodes as well. Yeah, I've got one. Got one right there. Iron is very useful. We're gonna need it. Ooh, black metal deposit. Yes, please. I think this gives the raw ore, and that's the stuff we can smelt, as opposed to the black metal scraps that we have to, you know, combine in the artisan table. So technically the ore is like more efficient for getting black metal than scraps, but yeah, we're not gonna have a lot of access to it. What a weird oak tree. It's kind of cool. Okay, anyways. But yeah, so we'll just keep our eyes out for random iron nodes, but otherwise, we're looking for fooling villages. Small copper deposit, no thank you. Black metal deposit though, yes please. More garlic seeds. As if we didn't have enough of those already. See, I really, like, I keep gushing about it, but like, I really love this, like, aspect of the mods, where it's just like, oh, yeah, you have like these random, like, you know, iron deposits, or like other random things, like, in the biomes as well. So it's like, it feels so much more rewarding when you're like wandering around. Elemental magic. Okay, this is a mace, but apparently it scales with elemental damage instead of clubs. Interesting. And you know, I read in the cliff notes about these coal deposits, but I hadn't actually seen one yet, so that being said, we're not really getting that much coal, so it's probably not actually worth excavating these. We get like a little obsidian, a little bit of gabbro too. It'd be cool if we needed more of that stuff, but like realistically I'd rather just have just coal. But yeah, it seems like far more worth it to just go bop trees, you know? Alright, time for everybody's favorite game. Clay, or I was gonna say Hasbro, but Habrock? It's clay. There's an iron deposit up there too. Huh. That's very interesting. Having a melee weapon that scales off of elemental magic. So, I wonder if that's how, like, were there other weapons inside the, like, shaman table that we, like, never made? Because those might scale off of, like, blood magic and stuff, too. Might be something that we'll have to look at again. I'm kind of curious about it now. Look, Habrock. I don't want it. Ow, bad dinosaur. I mean, honestly, considering that, like, our elemental magic is all of 5, 7 right now, our damage is pretty decent. Pretty decent. We got a couple of caves up here that we should probably mark. Does kind of seem like some of the mats for that, like, the shaman table stuff requires are a little harder to get the. Oh yeah, I also saw in the patch notes about, like, the naming thing. So the naming thing is, like, for the dungeons. So first and foremost, the reason we're seeing so many of them is because their spawning numbers got tweaked. So they're, like, they're intended to be bigger inside, more of them in, like, small areas, and the naming thing is, like, intended for them to be a little bit more, like, immersive or something like that. But yeah, so that's, like, why we keep seeing, like, so many dungeons and why they're seeming to be pretty large on the inside. Like, we don't have, like, a lot of duds. Hey, we one-shot the goat. I mean, it was a sneak attack, but still one-shot the goat. I see iron and a Deskito. Those are both things that we need. Pooling, new not so much, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the damage is not bad at all, considering that our skill and that stat is so low. Okay, that's a Habrock down there for sure. Right there. Definitely not clay. Seems to be not too interested in us though, which I'm fine with. We got more important things to deal with, right? And I don't mean these little baby locks. Little baby locks. Oh yeah, and I was getting, like, weirded out too because of the I was like, skeleton dungeon in, like, the plains? Yeah, apparently that's just a thing. Like, apparently the burial chambers can spawn in, like, a bunch of different biomes, like, just for the heck of it. Which I found a little interesting. Alright, there's a fooling village. Oh, we don't even one-shot skellies. Eh. Or, well, I guess we do with all the dots, right? Yeah, I hear you. Not entirely. Alright, fair enough. Should look and see what the damage numbers are on upgrade. I see a Habrock there. Huh. Are the skeleton archers tougher than melee skeletons? That'd be kind of weird. Alright, we got a Lox. Another Frost Cave. I'm not seeing any little totem altars though. Several bonfires though. Hey, there's a berserker. I don't think we've actually seen one of those yet in this playthrough. I was kind of thinking about that the other day. That looks like one of the structures, unless it's a tall one and I just can't see like the bottom. I think that's one of the structures that has a guaranteed totem spawn. And one of them is, not that one, the tall one doesn't. That's another short one there, so I think that's about 4 totems. That we have guaranteed, since we have, you know, essentially double drops. Unless that's a... No, you know what? That might be one of the Black Forest, that might be one of the Black Forest buildings. I think it is. Okay, so not so much. I should be using frost arrows here. Not only do we just have way more of them, but frost is really good against foolings. Ew. Several berserkers. Still haven't seen a shaman though, which is a good thing, probably. I'm also not sure, like, I'm not even sure if they're, like, where the drop off for this bow is. Like, it shoots very, very straight. It would be nice to kind of steal all their wheat and barley. Wheat and barley. I mean, flax and barley. Always thinking about the last Saskatchewan pirate is messing with me. Okay, that berserker might be kind of on their own. A few foolings, I guess. The one downside of not having the huntsman bow anymore. We make so much more noise now with our bow. Say la vie. Yeah, that berserker is not really by himself anymore, is he? Yeah, foolings catching themselves on fire. Silly goobers. Oh my gosh, that damage though. We two-shot the berserker. That's insane. More cheese. Oh boy. Good thing we're not weak to fire anymore. Because that hurt. Okay. We got the stagger bonus. That's part of what happened there. I would like to not get hit by this guy again, if at all possible. Whew. Well, our skill's going up pretty quick though. We're already at 13 in elemental magic, so that feels good. Oh boy. I kind of see why the draw rate on this bow is like 16 stamina a second, because the damage is crazy. There's a shaman. Still haven't seen like a totem stand though. I'm not sure if there is one here. Yeah, the no stars. Normal foolings don't hit that hard, but the 1-stars are... 1-stars hurt pretty bad. Yep. We are over-encumbered, or close to being over-encumbered anyways. So we might want to just head back soon. Realistically, there's not a real reason to fully clear this camp outside of flax and barley, but... do want to check chests, and I do kind of want the flax and barley though. Plus all the black metal stuff, like, yeah. Alright, let's mark this. But I think it's definitely best to head back for right now before it gets late and we start potentially getting spawns behind us and yada yada. And we'll get that on the way back too. Is that an iron node over there that I spotted out of the corner of my eye? I'm not sure. I thought I saw something orange. Maybe not. Baby dino. They still hurt. Do the fooling and the Habrock work together? Yes, they do, seemingly. Oh boy, so much lag. Okay, yeah, we have some regular rocks that we can just drop. Okay, the dino decided to leave. I'm going to take that as my cue to dip out myself. Silly little foxes, always jumping around and being silly. Hey, some of our plants are done too. Which means that most of them should be ready to replant after we sleep. Hopefully. Wait a minute, that's not where that goes. This is where that goes. Okay, so we have this black metal ore, garlic seeds need to go outside, and we have 6 rotten veggies to put out in the composter. And I guess that now is as good a time as any to pick up all of our onions. Wonder if putting the, like, putting some fire pits out here would be a good idea or a bad idea. Like, is it gonna keep, like, animals away, or is it gonna piss them off and make them attack things? I'm not sure. Gosh, the cabbage is so hard to see, though. Some sort of light source would be really nice. And the cultivator, the new cultivator didn't quite make it out here, did it? Ah, why did it put in all the silver ore? The black metal ore is right here in my inventory. Curse this game. Probably because black metal ore isn't a vanilla item. Always so rude, those Grey Dwarfs. But yeah, I still haven't figured out like what to do with this section over here, or like what was causing issues with our plants before. So I'm just gonna not worry about it. Especially because it seems like I've planted a couple of times there and it hasn't really done anything, so it's like, whatever. Would you stop? I really don't think I need the raspberry bushes, but I still don't want to destroy them. Just out of principle. Also, I will say, a scepter is pretty nice for lighting. Oh, you know what? I haven't tried to do a secondary attack. Oh, it actually does shoot a thing. Okay, hold up. Oh, that's so cool. Pew! Oh, that goes so far. Oh, it doesn't really seem to have much of an AoE though. It seems like I kind of have to hit things directly with it. It's actually kind of hard to aim. Okay, well that's a thing. That's cool. I'm glad I thought about that, because I was like, oh, this is like an elemental magic weapon, right? Apparently. So like, I wonder if the secondary attack does something. The answer is, it does. Alright, I'm gonna take this ore, put it in slot 5, and we're just gonna put everything in manually to make sure that it goes in. Alright, I'm sure that we can get dry before the turn of the night into the day, and we might be able to get to sleep. Alright, we're good. Totally fine. Calculated. I'm glad this weapon doesn't take Aether, though. Seems a little strange that it doesn't, but, you know, I'm not gonna complain. And we have a bunch of stuff to put away. Yeah, still have that empty box that I don't know exactly what we're gonna do with it, but we'll get something done with it eventually. Hey, our oak trees are all done too. Very nice. Okay, so we have some food junk. Cool. Some extra Ratatos tonic. Whoa, black metal. Lamb, lamb. Sure, we'll just kind of sort it like this, I guess. I don't know. Stuff's not quite all ready to replant, but we're getting there. Okay, well, kind of goofed. We should grab our farming set while we're doing this. Which does not save us from mosquitoes, but yeah, one armor. One armor. It still looks like we have our wolf helmet on because of Transmog mod. Love Transmog mod. I'm gonna chalk those 2 bonus barley, 3 bonus barley, all because of our farming set, surely. Quite a lot of procs though, honestly. I don't think that the farming set actually gives you like that much increased chance for procs, but I mean, we got quite a few of them there. I don't think that our farming is that high. Yeah, 27 plus 25, so I mean, I guess right now it doubles the chance, so that's something. That is something. And that this area is definitely not spawn proofed in the slightest. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, please let me just jump over. Hey, growth trophy. Alright, thankfully, even though the growth got an attack over the wall, it didn't really do a whole heck of a lot. That's just a clay deposit. I don't need that. Just wanted to make sure there weren't any more growths spawned over here, so maybe like part of this area is spawn proofed, but not entirely, so we might get like a growth every once in a while. We'll have to be mindful of that moving forward. We'll go back out to the village and probably not spend the entire day out there, but try to come back a little bit earlier and replant all of our stuff before it gets too late. Well, we do need to give our crops a little bit more time to grow. Thank you, arrow delivery bugs. Habrock Burb Trophy. Huh. Alright. I wonder if the Habrock Burbs are actually the babies or not. Or if they're just like a smaller but like kind of like their own mob, you know? Like a special variant. Yeah, I tried. I guess that aiming up doesn't really work with this weapon for its secondary attack. Yeah, it makes it really tricky to aim. I wonder if this will kill me. Oh, nope, just teleported me up. Cool. I was worried that it would like seal that in and like I would be stuck, you know, like underneath the ground basically, and that normally because there's not anything like underneath that I would just kind of fall to my death, but that is not the case. Oh gosh. This might be kind of bad. TBH. This might be a dagger angle. And I might need to kite these guys out to this tar pit here. Hopefully the growths are awake. And by awake I mean alive. I see a few. Blocks gave up though. Yeah, that could have worked out way worse. That's pretty good. Berserker trophy, please. Scammed. Those are some of the worst Berserker drops that I could have gotten, in fact. Please tell me that's not a 2-star. It's a 2-star. Okay, so we got that node. Mostly I just want to try to pick up some of the stuff that we've kind of left on the outskirts here so that it doesn't despawn, but I'd like to get into the village and pick up some of that stuff too, but I don't think that we're going to have that opportunity without just aggroing the entire camp. Could just pick it up and run away, I suppose. Angry fox. Angry 1-star fox. I might actually end up running through here and just kind of picking stuff up and running away. Ugh, I just completely whiffed. At least we're super fast because of Ratatoss tonics. Got the wrong thing to swing at me. The penalty, movement speed penalty on the bow is kind of bad for a situation like this. Dodged way too soon, but wasn't too bad actually. Alright, cool. Bap, bap, and a bap. Okay, that was cutting it a little bit close with my stamina there, but I wouldn't have died to another hit, so. Hey, we got a Berserker trophy. Still no totem though, unfortunately, but we didn't really get any recipes for that either. I thought we probably would have gotten something. I feel like at this point we've touched basically all the stuff in the plains. Yoink. I think I feel... Oh, that's Lux. I was gonna say I probably feel pretty confident running through the camp now because there's not much threat left, but the Lux is a little scary. Just a little bit. Lux, why? A pox upon you, Lux. This is what you asked for. Man, locks are so fast though. We have Ratatosk and like a knife out and I still have to like book it to try to keep up. Oh hey, there's a rune up there. Yeah, that's actually a swamp thing. Okay, so rock out, bones out. We're a little over encumbered. Let me get rid of like a couple of these. Rude. That fooling can't see me. That's hilarious. Okay, get rid of a couple more of these. I was gonna swap armor sets just for like the bonus farming, but I'm a little bit too much of a hurry for that, I think. Let me drop those. A little over encumbered. Yeah, that makes sense. We're not really missing anything super important at this point, I think. So yeah, let's just go ahead and head back. I might be able to pick up that other nope, stuff. We might be able to pick up some of this barley. I'm sure it doesn't weigh very much. Nope, still gotta drop another one. Alright, well, whatever. Scraps are meh. Barley is far more important. For the stage of the game that we're at, I think. That's a Habrock. I think that's a skeleton tower. It doesn't really look like a fooling tower. Oh, no, an iron deposit. Can't say no to that. I'd rather have the iron ore than the black metal scraps, I feel like. No room in inventory, too. Tragedy. Alright, gotta say goodbye to the Gabbro. An onyx. Kinda want that too. Alright, entrails, you're gone. An opal and a rupee. Oh, the ruby's whatever. I'd probably kinda like to take the opal, but what would we drop? Fooling trophies maybe? An obsidian? I guess the obsidian. I need to free up like basically 30 pounds, so it's like 7 of these, maybe? Approximately? It was 9. Whatever. It might have been like 8. So we still have 3 pounds here, right? I'm not sure about if the half would have still had a silver encumbered or not, but yeah, whatever. I guess with those remaining 3 pounds, we can pick up some of this stuff here. For replanting purposes. Should be fine. not sure exactly how much linen thread we're gonna need, so I'm gonna plant like a little bit more flax than I guess I normally would. The rest, though, can all be barley, I think. And that'll get us started on being able to grind down everything into materials. Windmill, go go. Pretty sure these guys were looking at my fence funny. Just saying. We do have a little bit of black metal ore. Oh my gosh. Whatever. You know, the sooner we get all this ore out, the sooner that it's can all get processed. So whatever. Or we won't have that problem anymore, right? The problem of accidentally putting in the wrong thing. Okay, so these need to go in a place. That makes so much sense, right? Oh hey, we randomly got some soul shards. Did we get those from like the fooling shaman or something? I wonder. Ooh, lots and lots of needles now. Which means that we can refill some of our arrows. Yeah, let's just process all of them. Well, no, I might need needles for something else, so we'll not do that. We'll not tap out quite yet. Wow, we have so many freeze glands. It's crazy. Let's see here. Trophies. New trophies. Lots of new trophies, actually. Yeah, exactly. Like, just in case. We might need them. Not sure what for, but we might need them. And I think I kind of remember these sharpening wheels I needed for something else. I'm not sure if they have more things than like the 2 upgrades we've already made, but I do remember we didn't have enough at some point. And all this flax needs to go into the spinning wheel. And okay, cool. It added the flax. Very nice. Yeah, exactly. Never know what for. I would know if I looked it up, but I'm lazy, so. Something along those lines. Cultivator can stay here. We already replanted. And I can't resist picking up random glowing objects. Except this resin. I don't need that. That's our black metal X. Pretty sure that our gear chest is absolutely full, so I guess this is the overflow gear chest. Let's get our actual armor back on before I forget. Totally forgot. Was there another? Yeah, there is. There's a black metal sledge. So that's theoretically a really big upgrade from the Stag Breaker, which is definitely a few biomes behind at this point. Oh yeah. Got our big bonk stick. I haven't really felt the need to. I keep having to swap arrows like around in weird ways anyways, so I might as well just take the blunt ones off the hotbar and we'll right click on them if we need them for whatever reason. I haven't really had a huge need for them in quite a while, to be honest, since we've been doing like multiple weapon types and all that, so hey. Kind of feels like we need to make some more food though. So, that being said, let's go check and see if we can touch some of this barley flour. Uncooked apple pie, uncooked blueberry pie, bread dough. Crusted meat cake, unbaked lox pie. It doesn't tell us the stats. Oh, this is cool though. 41, 51. This isn't like super amazing, but like the fact that it only takes one barley flour for the crusted meat cake isn't bad. Yeah, bread dough is still 23.70. But you need 10 barley flour per 2, so it's 5 per. Okay, so let's check the VNEI for pie. Alright, I guess we'll check apple pie. So apple pie is 20.55. It's not anything to write home about, honestly. I feel like that's something that you would probably want to put in your home just for like decoration or something. Or like, maybe if you just have like enough barley flour where you don't mind wasting it, like apple pie seems like probably a decent, just like running around the base food. So let's try berry pie. So blueberry pie is 33.68. It's slightly better than mushroom soup. Lasts for 26 minutes. It doesn't quite last as long. It's like a little bit better on the stats, but the healing isn't like any better. So it's still probably not that great of a use of our barley flour, to be honest, which seems a little unfortunate. Considering like how late you're getting this food. Huh. And you need mugwort for it, which is from the swamps. These are a little underwhelming, considering they need barley flour. Still a little bit. And what can you do, right? Not all the foods can be broken. Ugh, my neck is really bothering me though. And red kelp is hard to get too, it feels like. Yeah, I think that we're just sticking with what we got, honestly, for right now, until we're a little deeper into barley flour. I would like to make this roasted shark stew, but we're just so held back by dark bull, red kelp, and even the shark meat, honestly. Dandelions are in here somewhere. Alright, well, let's get back to it. A little unfortunate, we've killed a bunch of, I mean, we've only, like, you know, investigated the one village and we've gotten a little distracted from other things, but seen a few structures already and just not any totem structures and we're not getting any totem drops off the berserkers that we've killed. Also a little unfortunate that the village had no totem pedestals. What's angry at us? Oh, just kidding. It's just a lox calf. Clay? Clay. Don't need that. Let's also use Ratatas tonic so we can run a little faster. We used up like all of our sleep buff making food too. Got a nice little meadows house there in the plains. Fun, fun. Okay, so just double checking. Yeah, that's swamp structure, wrong fooling structure. So we press on and fight Deskitos. I was gonna say they usually spawn in pairs. Do not like this fog business going on. Weird that we didn't get a little pop-up there of like a name for this dungeon. Fox thought it was slick. Not seeing much of anything here on this side. Or, you know, like, there's some black metal, I guess. Not quite what we're looking for, though. kind of like looking and see if we can see any like dark pool mushrooms. But like realistically, I don't really want to go into the swamp if I can help it. Okay, yeah, so this is where we find them. That means it'd be a good idea to go running around in the swamps. But I don't want to do that because of wet debuff. But it makes a lot of sense. Also iron. Can't quite say no to bog iron. Oh, hello leeches. A-bomb over there. Which is a hard pass from me. Don't want anything to do with that. Not really worried about turnip seeds. That dark pool stuff is not very common, it feels like, though. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem to drop off of a mob either, so it's like we kind of have to like literally just go through swamps to find it. And these swamps are... they feel like much more heavily forested, but maybe it's just because the ones that we've been to have been relatively small. I don't know. It does feel like there's a lot more trees though than in vanilla versions. We're just full on stuff, aren't we? Oh, brass scraps. Fun. Some mugwort that we're also a little low on because we haven't really been through too much swamp. Not in the most accessible location though. I guess it's not that bad. What are we dropping? Dry straw probably. Ow. I think we're good on apple seeds at this point. Just gonna let them go. Yeah, really glad that we're not weak to fire anymore. Certlings are much scarier when you're weak to fire. Magma stone. Have we picked those up before? Yeah, I guess we have. Probably can't do anything with them quite yet, but eventually we might be able to. Anything going on out here? Doesn't really look like it. Alright. I mean, there's a little bit of plains down here, but realistically, it's not much. I guess at the same time, that means that it won't take very long to run through it, so... I guess we can head there, then head back up. Yeah, we're like already almost there. Also, I'm not even sure if I've ever actually used my bone mass power, now that I think about it. Alright, what have we got going on here? Mosquito hive. Something in the water. Probably a crab. It's a crab. Crabs fighting mosquitoes. Yeah, I guess the crab meat is a little bit better than some of the other stuff that we have in our inventory. If only a little bit. Not worried about leather scraps or raw meat scraps. Just crab meat. And we got 14 needles, so I'll try to kill like a couple more mosquitoes, I guess. Try to get ourselves to like a nice even 20. We'll kill one more on the way back. Oh, there's another nest right here. Go figure. Okay, we probably don't need that many nests, right? And these drop ancient seeds and a mosquito trophy. We probably have enough blackberries. And honestly, we can find ink caps all over the place. We have a bunch of them. Not too worried about it. Fooling over there. Another mosquito nest. Those are just all over the place, aren't they? Yeah, there's not a lot here. Had to do a little coffee cough. Looks like a habrock. It is definitely a habrock. That does not look like the right type of structure. Habrock liver. We haven't gotten too many of those. Guess I'll drop the rubies. We have plenty. I'm sure we'll get more. Yeah, kind of striking out on structures here. Or, like, the right type of structures. Definitely seen a lot of structures, but... yeah, I'm not sure, like, how far that goes, but it looks like there's probably a little bit of water in between here and there. Ah. Oh, we're kind of hurting, aren't we? Our HP is not in the best condition. Well, no fox fur, so that's kind of something that I'd probably pick up instead of like wolf meat, I think, but... Alright, let's head on back. I mean, honestly, the rubies might be more worth than wolf meat. We haven't really been using wolf meat, so... Did see a Desquito up here, which is kind of on the way. I will say, at the very least, the world feels very alive a lot of the time. Because there are always so many enemies and so many different types of enemies. Hasn't felt like too like overwhelming or bad though, for the most part. It's like a little, it's added like a good bit of variety, I feel like. What do I want to drop here? Maybe just the Draugr trophy. Maybe some rotten meat. I want to pick up the gray mushrooms, but kind of want everything. So, and I think we have a pretty good stock of mushrooms, so I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Oh, spirit deer. I will have to drop something if that drops a spirit shard, though. Alright, no spirit shard. We're good. So many things trying to murder me. Alright, we are good. Basically just going a straight line north. It's like a... Oh, those things drop soul shards though. That is such a weird placement for a dungeon. Oh, there's a soul shard. Oh, hello Wraith. Not really was worried about the chains. I think I'm just gonna drop some of the rotten meat for right now. Chains, no. Soul shards, yes. Alright, any more soul remnants in here? Or maybe some of the swamp veggies? Oh, I saw a soul remnant. Soul shard. Zesquito. Zesquito is going right for me. Alright. Vault plants, maybe? You guys have fun. Not interested in playing around with any of you. I am not seeing... Oh, the trolls have a chance of dropping it though. Do believe. Just wanted to fight them in a slightly more open area. I was gonna say, I might get a couple bonks on the oozer. Oh, that did not go well. What is shooting at me? Jogger, okay. Alright, these foolings will probably mess this dude up. Oh, there's a wraith too though. Who wins? 4 foolings or a risen troll and a wraith? Damaged risen troll and a wraith. Might actually be the risen troll. Although his target selection is kind of bad. Maybe with slightly better target selection, maybe the troll would have gotten out of there, but not today. Chains, stone, no soul shard that I can see. This looks like it's all black metal, but we can carry that, so we'll take it. I'm definitely getting distracted by potential soul remnants. Oh, there's an A-bomb. I'm not seeing any plants and no soul remnants. That might be another A-bomb though. I can't really tell. Hey, Dark Wool. There we go. Something. Oh, no, it's clay. Alright, well, I think that's good for me. In that little swamp. You guys have fun with your Jesquito and your Habrock Burb. A lot of slamming going on in my house right now. Don't know what that's all about. Ow. Rude. Well, I don't think that we're gonna make it home in time to sleep, but I suppose that that's not the end of the world. Oh, no, that's fox. I saw orange. Was wondering if it was an iron deposit. It was a fox. Oh, you know what? There's a mosquito hive like right there. I can just farm that whenever I want needles. Oh, maybe it's not a hive after all. It's just ink caps, which I don't think we're carrying right now. Yeah, we're not. Okay. So, anyways, something mad at me, or something mad at something else. Seemingly mad at something else, so I'm happy. Alrighty, well, we're not quite at 4 hours. It's like 3 minutes 40 seconds, but sorry, 3 hours 40 minutes. But it's gonna take way too long going on another adventure, so I think that we'll just call it there for tonight. And plus, like I said, my neck is hurting a little bit anyways, so probably a good idea to head off, take off my headset, take off some of the weight. So many scraps of things. Okay, so let's put whatever we can in here. 15 plus 6, 21. Oh, 21. We need a little bit more coal in there. But the rest of that should be able to... Oh, we need coal in the blast furnace. Okay, fair enough. I guess we can start making more coal too. I'll just fill up these smelters because we'll probably use them eventually. And we have some rotten veggies that can go in here. Okay, so that should be, yeah, all the ore. So, for at least a while, we'll probably have no more accidental smelts because we just only have so much of whatever, right? Also meant to build this up. Alright, so yeah, tomorrow I guess that we'll basically just try spending more time focusing on roaming around the plains, trying to find totems. It actually seems a little bit harder than in vanilla, but I guess it's because there's so many extra structures, right? So like, we're not getting the right structures. What is going on? But yeah, there's. I mean, we've also only run around basically like one big plains, right? Yeah, we looked out over here, but I didn't really see anything going on over there, so I think that the next place we'll try is this plains over here. So we can go from like Yonder and wander out here. Can also go from like Haldor and check out this plains. This plains is pretty sizable. We have this bit up here that we saw, which might just be connected to this section here. I don't remember seeing too much of anything down here next to Motor, but we didn't spend a lot of time there either, so... either way, ultimately too, eventually we can probably make our way down to over here. That's a sealed tower, so that's plains. There's more plains over here that we know about, so yeah, definitely somewhere around Haldor, and then like from the Yonder portal we have a bunch of places to check, so we'll definitely focus more on that tomorrow, and we'll be, you know, still continuing to work on getting our farms, you know, getting our stuff just nice and stocked up. Flip. Alrighty then. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I appreciate you all, whether you're just, you know, listening and lurking or actively chit-chatting, all that fun stuff. If you guys are having fun with the content, you know, please consider leaving a like and or a subscribe. Other than that, I hope that you will all join me again next time, and I hope that you'll all have a wonderful rest of your evening or day, depending on where you are in the world and when you're watching this. I hope that you'll spread love and kindness wherever you go, and that it will circulate right back onto you. So, until next time, everybody, have a good one. Gravy, signing out. Meow.